Hi. Is anybody there? Let me know if you can hear me because I have a little mic on and I want to make sure that you can hear me. And hopefully some people will join me as I go through this sharing, where I'd like to share some of my favorite homemade holiday decorations that I made a long time ago. And so I know it's lunchtime. If you haven't had a chance, go grab a sandwich or something to eat, and then maybe just drop in and join me. Because I'd love to show you some of the things that I've done in the past, and maybe that way you can have an idea of something that you'd like to do yourself with your kids as well. They were a lot of fun for me, and so I am hoping that you'll like them. And if you are going to watch it on the replay later on, I'd appreciate it if you can let me know what you think of some of the things that I'm going to be sharing, and comment on it as well. So that would be terrific. I'd really appreciate that. All right, so I think I'm just going to get going right now, and then hopefully we'll get some people to jump on, and then we'll get some people to comment as well. Okay, so so I used to do a lot of homemade Christmas decorations because when we first got married, we didn't have a lot of money, and so buying Christmas decorations was very expensive, and we had just bought a house and all those things, so we were living together for kind of the first time in our own home, and so I had to really make our Christmas decorations stretch. And if you've read some of my blog a little while ago, where I shared with you our beginning as a refugee family and why I love Christmas so much. So some of the holiday decor that we had stayed at my parents'. And so, hi Barbara, stayed at my parents', and so it didn't really come with me. So when I got married, moved into our first home, I had to figure out something else without having to spend a lot of money. So I made a lot of my own stuff. Now, mind you, I did this when we were just the two of us, and my stepson was living half the time with his mother. So I had a lot of spare time. We didn't have kids of our own yet, so I had a lot of spare time to do all these things. Now, I haven't done a lot of this stuff in a long while, but I still have them, and they're still in great condition, so I thought I'd share them with you. So one of the things that I made was a village. So this is, and hopefully you can see it. Yeah. So this is, I got this how-to from our Martha Stewart magazine. I used to collect a lot of Martha Stewart stuff, recipes, craft ideas, and things like that. And this is actually cardboard, so you can see it's empty. I just used the Bristol board cardboard, and I cut out the shapes. So this is a church. As you can see, I have a little yellow star on the top there. And I used I painted it, I glued it, painted it, and then I don't know if you can see the glitter, a little bit of the glitter. So I put glitter all over it like snow. And then I used the pipe cleaners to decorate it to make it look like they're lights or garlands and things like that. So I made a whole village of it, and I made this probably, I can't even remember now how long it was, probably 18 years ago, a long time. So this was the church, and then this was a house. So as you can see, I even painted like the snow rooftop on it, and the gables and things like that. With some of that. And then this is one of my favorites because it's red and white. And this one is actually a schoolhouse. And I really enjoyed making this one. So for the windows, I actually used wax paper. So that was a lot of fun. And then this was just another house. And again, I put a wreath on it using, twisting together the red and green, pipe cleaner. So that was a lot of fun. So I still have these and I use them every year on my, fireplace mantle. And, that's my little village. I haven't had to buy any other village because, I've made them myself. I also made little Christmas trees to go with my village, also from the Bristol board. And I made a few of these to go around the village, and I have one with the gold star on it. Thanks for hanging on with me, Barbara. Another thing that I made that I really, really love, and I still use it today, regularly, during the holidays, is my walnut tree. I don't know if you've ever made one of these. So I just went out and bought a whole bunch of walnuts. So these are real walnuts with the styrofoam comb on it. And, thanks, Barbara, with the styrofoam cone. And then I glued a whole bunch of, I'll bring it closer. See the dried moss? And then I glued the walnuts around the cone, just like that. And then I took some straws, and I twisted it and tied it into a cute little bow. And so this thing is actually quite heavy because I poured cement into the pot to keep the base really heavy so that it doesn't topple over with all the walnuts. So I'm sure all the walnuts over the years have rotten inside, but it doesn't do anything. It's completely self-contained in here, and it still looks great after all these years. So I really love this. And so I thought, after making that walnut tree, I thought, I'm going to do something else that's a little bit more colorful. So I did this one with apples. So, and then this one I tied a bigger bow onto it, but the same idea. I put the cement, at the bottom of the pot to keep it nice and stable. And then I went out, this one I spray painted the cone inside the styrofoam cone red. And then I went out to the dollar store at the time and bought a whole bunch of these tiny little, well, they're not tiny, small, plastic, I think plastic apples. And then I glued them all around and I made this little apple tree. So this project was a lot of fun and very inexpensive to do. So, but now, you can do it with, ornament balls and all sorts of stuff. And that's a lot of fun. And pine cones too. That's another cheap way to go out and pick up pine cones around the neighborhood or at the park, and then, do the same thing, put them around a cone and make a pine cone tree. And that's a lot of fun as well. And then, another time I made this little angel. So I made this little gal a while ago. So again, I used a miniature planter pot. I whitewashed it. And then I just used wires, essentially, very pliable wires. And I made the wings out of them, the head, the halo. I don't know. Can you see that? Can you see it? Yeah. Okay. So, and then the little legs here. And so that, I made a bunch of these, and that went, on my stairwell garland. And I love these because they were a lot of fun to do, to make, and super easy to do. And they're very whimsical, and I still love them today. And then there's another one that another set that I made. This one took a little bit more time and required a saw. So this one was a little bit more on the dangerous level. But I didn't bring out on my tree, the guy. So these came from the idea of the gingerbread, cookies. And so I made the gingerbread, ornament. So, this one, I I took out two here, but I made a gingerbread man and a gingerbread woman, but right now I have both gingerbread woman. So I just cut out the shape of the gingerbread using a cookie cutter, with some wood, some, leftover wood my husband had hanging about. And then I painted it, the brown, and I added a little bit of, black wash. I don't know if you can see that just to make it look like the home baked gingerbread. And then I took some old, knitted hats that we have at home, and I cut them out, and made them into little hats. So I just hand sewed it, folded up. Can you see that? And then I put a little bell on it. And then of course the wire too, so that we can hang it on the tree. And then I painted it, as you can see, like the gingerbread. And then just whatever materials I had at home, I put a little bow on her and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun as well. And I made a whole set of these, I think like 12 of the gingerbread woman and then 12 of the gingerbread men. And so, when you didn't have, I didn't have a lot of money to spend on Christmas decorations by doing a lot of things, I really stretched our dollars, and our tree was full, and the ornaments are really great, and I still love them today because they were a lot of fun to make, and these are some of the things that I continue to treasure over time. So if you have any of your own favorite ornaments, please share them here with us as well. Take a picture, add them in the comment, add them. Thanks. I used to do a lot of these because I did love doing all that crafty stuff. But now life is just way too busy, and my daughter's 14 now, and she's just not all that interested in it anymore. But I do still have all of these things that I've made over the years that I still treasure because they are well made and they're well loved and well stored every year. And so every year I bring them out, along with a bunch of other decorations that I have. So thanks for joining me. Again, like I said, please share with me what are some of your favorite holiday decorations, either by doing your own video or attaching a picture in the comments of this post. That would be great. Thanks very much, and Merry Christmas.